Thanks for staying with us. Now, Ghanaians may soon have to brace for an increase in transport fares as stakeholders in the sector prepare to review them. The fares are reviewed twice in a year by stakeholders, in key among which are transport unions. Now, union leaders have shared that apart from prices of fuel, which is a major consideration for determining these fares, prices of spare parts is also considered among others. Though a removal of import levies on spare parts was announced last year, players in the sector say it has not had much impact on pricing. We have with us on the line Vice President of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRTU, Robert Saba, to tell us more. Good morning, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning to you.
So we know there are two review windows in a year. When will the beginning of the year process begin?
I'm not getting your question.
I'm saying that when will the process to review transport fares for the beginning of the year begin?
Oh, currently, we are on the New Year's and Xmas recess. We have not resumed as of now. We will resume on the 9th of this month. When we all meet, then we will take a decision.
Right, so the review will begin after the 9th of January?
Yeah, we'll meet and discuss the issue.
Right, so when you are considering whether transport fares will go up or go down, what are the major factors we look at? We know of price of fuel and spare parts, but how is the process like?
Well, we engage the services of a consultant. He goes to the market, and a survey is done. It compares the previous increment. The last increment that we did was on April 6th. So he will compare any increase, if there are any, from that period up to the current period. Then we strike the percentage increment. Then that we are able to come back to a lot of fares.
Right, so one of the main things is the last increment and the impacts that it had on the average driver's life?
That is so. That is so.
But beyond that, what about factors like prices of fuel and prices of spare parts? How do they factor into the increments process?
Oh, all those things are taken into consideration. Fuel is one. Spare parts is also one. The tires that we buy, the DVLA stickers, the local government, stickers are all taken into consideration before we are able to come back with any increment in the lorry fare.
Now, the Institute for Energy Security recently put out that there has been an average 3% increase in fuel pricing over the year 2017. Would you say that this warrants the stability of transport fares in this window, or you'll be looking at increasing them?
Well, what we do is, there is a convention that when fuel prices, rise up to 10%, then there is a possibility that the lorry fares will have to be increased, including the other factors like spare parts. We take all those into consideration before the increment is made.
So by what you're saying, that fares will not go up?
I said we are on recess, not until we all meet to discuss the issue. See, out of many opinions, a decision can be made. It would be wrongful on my part, to come back and say whether it will increase or will not be increased. It will depend on, the other transport organizations, including the GPR, if there need be. That is so.
But how likely is it? I mean, you are a driver. You have been using the fares, using the roads, looking at all these factors. Is there a need for an increase in prices?
I said we are on recess. I cannot come out single-handedly, to talk about whether there will be an increment or not. So if you can pardon me for that.
I understand totally, sir. But what I was asking was that from your use of the road, do you think there is a need? Would you say that the fares right now are satisfying the various demands on the average driver?
Oh, well, there is agitation among drivers. We'll be able to keep them at bay. But in all this, not until we meet before we can, make a decision out of all opinions expressed.
And so from these agitations, drivers are generally unsatisfied with the fares of fuel that's, the transport fares that are out there now.
They are unsatisfied. But, the calculations that were made previously, it's not up to the 10% for which we must increase the lorry fare. That is why it's happening like that. But I'm saying that, when we all meet, we will know what to do. We cross the bridge when we get there.
But you think they are you think they are not justified in their position, since, the increase in fares in fuel prices has not gone up to the 10% mark you speak of?
Whether they are justified or not, it will depend on the leadership of the various unions, to come up with whether there will be an increment or not. So that is the question.
Right. Thank you very much, Robert Saba. He is the Vice President of the Ghana Private Road Transport Union, GPRT. Robert Saba, the Vice President of the GPRTU, joining us there to give us an indication of the transport fare review, which is scheduled to take place beginning from after the 9th of January next week.